God says, I will break the financial chains tonight. You will receive massive wealth into your bank account. Don't skip God. Listen to me now, or you will lose all your money. Listen. Stop scrolling. This is not a coincidence. You didn't land here by mistake. There's something God is releasing right now. And if you miss this moment, you might miss a breakthrough you've been crying out for. If your spirit feels that, comment, Amen. This is urgent. This is real. What you do right now will open the door or close it. Heaven is leaning in to see how you respond. Stay with me to the end. There is something here meant only for you. God is speaking loud tonight. He's not whispering. He's not hiding. He's standing over your life, over your bank account, over your future, saying, I will break the financial chains tonight. These are not empty words. These are divine orders from the throne room. The chains that kept your wallet empty, that kept your dreams locked behind bills and debts, they are being shattered now. But listen carefully, this will only land in the hands of those who do not skip over God. If you push this off or scroll past it, you are risking the very miracle you've been praying for. Comment 1111 if you believe God is doing something big right now. When God says, I will break the financial chains tonight, He is not speaking in riddles. He is promising a shift. There are people reading this who've been living under financial stress for too long. You've cried about rent. You've struggled with card declines. You've watched others rise while you wonder if God still sees you. And now He answers not with pity, but with power. He says, enough. He says, this ends tonight. Heaven's hand is reaching toward your finances. Will you take it? You were not born to be crushed by bills or buried under loans. God did not knit you together in your mother's womb so you could live chasing money that slips through your fingers. That is not your story. That is the enemy's lie. God's truth is this: you are His child. You are royalty. You are a kingdom carrier. And where there is royalty, there is provision. God is shifting something now. You can feel it in your chest. Don't run from it. Don't let doubt steal what is being delivered right to your spirit. There's a reason this found you at this hour. It's not random. Heaven is on assignment, and you were chosen. Yes, you. While others scroll past this and keep moving, you stayed. That's not weakness. That's sensitivity to the Spirit. That means you're marked. God's favor is not just on your head. It's about to hit your hands. You'll see it reflected in your bank app, in the debts cleared, in the surprise money that has no logical explanation. That's the kind of blessing God is pouring. But don't miss this next part. God says clearly, don't skip me. He is not your side option. He is not your backup plan. If you keep Him first, everything else will follow. Seek first the kingdom of God and His righteousness, and all these things will be added to you. That's not a quote for a coffee mug. That's a life-changing principle. If you walk away from God now, if you ignore this moment, if you push His voice aside, the breakthrough you're begging for may never arrive. There are demonic cycles that have wrapped around your money for years. Generational poverty, sudden loss, missed promotions, business doors that close at the last minute. All of these are symptoms of financial chains. And tonight, God is severing them, one by one, quietly, powerfully, permanently. But hear this, He won't force you to receive it. He gives you the choice to walk in freedom or to return to Egypt. Will you follow the pillar of fire or go back to what's familiar but broken? It's not about greed. It's not about chasing riches. This is about release. God wants to equip you, not just bless you. He wants to make you a vessel of provision for others. The money isn't the miracle you are, and when you're free, you'll free others. That's why the enemy fought your finances so hard, because once you're resourced, you're dangerous. Once you're blessed, you become a blessing. There is a transfer coming, a divine exchange. God is taking the weight of your financial fear and replacing it with supernatural provision. He's canceling debts in ways you couldn't have imagined. He's unlocking contracts. He's sending divine connections. He's rerouting funds. He's using people you don't even know yet to fund the vision He placed in your heart. Comment 222 if you trust this. But be warned, not everyone can receive this. It's not for the proud. It's not for those who want the money but reject the master. God is not a vending machine. He is your Father. And He gives to His children who trust Him, follow Him, and honor Him with the blessing. That's why He's calling you closer right now. Not to scare you, but to spare you. The danger of skipping God is that the blessings meant for you can pass right by while you're distracted by the world. If you've ever felt the sting of overdrafts, if you've laid awake wondering how to feed your family, if you've prayed in secret because you were ashamed to admit how bad it's gotten, God is speaking to you. This is the turnaround. This is the night. You don't have to beg anymore. You don't have to pretend it's all okay. He sees every tear. He hears every whisper. And now, He answers. Not with delay, but with deliverance. God's economy doesn't rely on job markets, banks, or inflation charts. He fed thousands with 5 loaves and 2 fish. He filled a widow's jar until she had no more room. He told Peter to find tax money in a fish's mouth. If He could do that then, He can do greater now. You are not too late. You are not too far. And your situation is not too broken. He is the same yesterday, today, and forever. And He's choosing to show up for you now. What if everything you've been taught about money is a lie? A hidden 9-word prayer buried in a classified FBI report is now helping thousands attract wealth without lifting a finger. Scientists say it activates a 150 million-year-old part of your brain that controls abundance. Harvard-backed, lab-tested, life-changing. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. This is more than words. This is a move. You're not just watching this for information. This is impartation. Something is shifting even as you read. There's peace falling on you. There's clarity coming. There's fire waking up in your bones. The chains are breaking and the doors are opening. Not next year. Not someday. Now. Take this seriously. Don't treat it as hype or emotion. This is heaven's signal. God is saying, I am with you. I am for you. I am providing for you. Your part is simple. Trust Him. Follow Him. Obey Him. Make room for Him. And when you do, watch what happens. You'll be shocked at how fast the drought ends. Your life is about to become a testimony. If this is speaking to you, like this video once, as a step of faith, let it be a public sign that you're agreeing with what God is saying over your finances. God is not done speaking, and He's not done moving. If you stay until the end, you will walk away with something you didn't have before: peace, provision, clarity, and a spiritual shift that touches every corner of your life. If you're ready to step into that, comment 333 to declare your faith. Now, let's go deeper. When God said, I will break the financial chains tonight, He wasn't offering you comfort, He was giving you a command. This is war. This is the end of the cycle that's tried to suffocate you for years. That thing that keeps coming back: unexpected bills, stolen opportunities, clients who vanish at the last minute, jobs that don't call you back. That thing is being destroyed right now. But it doesn't go quietly. You need to stand in agreement with heaven and say, no more. God is not negotiating with your chains. He is breaking them. There is a harvest with your name on it. It's not just a promise, it's a prepared place. But many miss their harvest because they walk away in the final hour. Don't do that. Don't let weariness convince you that God forgot. You may feel late, but you're right on time. The blessing has been growing underground, beneath the surface, hidden in the silence. But the silence never meant God was absent. It meant He was working where you couldn't see. Now, He's saying, watch me bring it to the surface. You need to hear this with your whole heart. Your poverty was not your punishment. Your lack was not a sign of rejection. It was preparation. God was building something in you that money could never give. He was making you strong, wise, and spiritually rich before He released material wealth into your hands. Because wealth without wisdom destroys people. But now that your roots are deep, He's ready to let the fruit show. Don't be afraid of abundance. Don't feel guilty for wanting more. You were made in the image of the God who owns everything. The streets of heaven are paved with gold. The gates are made of pearl. Your Father is not broke, and He's not stingy. He delights in blessing His children. He's not just giving you enough to survive, He's giving you more than enough so that you can overflow into others. But that kind of overflow begins with trust. Trust is the door. When you trust God, even when the account looks empty, even when the bills are due, even when others mock your faith, that's when the blessing begins to move. Heaven watches how you respond in the pressure. Will you worship in the waiting? Will you still sow seeds even when the ground looks dry? God is drawn to those who keep believing when it makes no sense. Some of you have been crying out, "Lord, when is it my turn?" And heaven replies today, now. This is the turning point. This is the midnight hour where everything starts to change. There are blessings on their way to you right now, emails that will surprise you, phone calls that will lift you, opportunities that will open wide with no effort on your part. Not because of luck, but because of alignment. You are being aligned with God's timing, but alignment requires surrender. You can't walk in financial freedom while clinging to financial fear. You can't serve God and serve money at the same time. Let Him lead you. Let Him correct your heart if it needs it. Maybe you've mismanaged money. Maybe you've let fear rule you. Maybe you've hoarded when you should have been giving. God isn't shaming you, He's inviting you to shift. Because where there is obedience, there is blessing. You are not behind. You are not too old. You haven't missed it. There is still time for you to rise. The enemy has been whispering lies to make you settle. Lies that say, this is just how life is. But God is tearing down that lie now. This is not how your life ends. You were born to walk in promise. You were created to reflect His glory, not live under the weight of survival. There is a breakthrough that doesn't just pay your bills, but changes your family tree. God is not just thinking about you, He's thinking about your children and their children. He is setting up generational wealth, generational peace, and generational testimony. That's why the pressure has been so intense, because the blessing is not small, it's legacy-sized. This is where things start to turn. This is your moment of divine interruption. What felt like a wall is about to become a door. What felt like delay is about to be revealed as divine preparation. God is placing keys in your hands, ideas, wisdom, partnerships, dreams that wake you up at night. Don't ignore them. They are heaven sent. God is not just dropping money into your life, He's birthing provision through vision. Why are neuroscientists obsessed with a 9-word sentence? Because this sentence, spoken once a day, is turning financial stress into sudden blessings. More than 19,000 people have already used it to erase debt and unlock a life of wealth, freedom, and peace. The results are so powerful, some believe it's divine. If you're seeing this, you're lucky. The page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to know this secret before it's deleted forever. If you've ever prayed, "God, just help me make it through the month," He's changing your prayer. He's lifting your eyes. From just enough to more than enough. From survival to strategy. From praying for scraps to commanding overflow, you are stepping into authority. You will speak life over your bank account, and it will respond. You will speak to doors, and they will open. Because when you walk with God, even lack loses its power over you. Comment 555 if you're ready to walk in overflow. This isn't hype. This is holiness. This is the presence of God breaking through your screen, wrapping around your life, and declaring, you will not be bound anymore. The spirit of poverty is losing its grip. The lies about your worth are crumbling. The years of shame about your finances are ending. You are stepping out of the prison and into purpose. But hear this, you cannot carry both blessing and bitterness. Let go of the anger. Forgive the ones who misused you. Release the pain of what you lost. God can restore more than what they took. He is not limited by your past. He is not afraid of your mistakes. He is rewriting your financial story, not with a pencil but with fire. You are chosen. You are covered. You are being carried into the next chapter of your life, and it looks nothing like your past. God is with you. God is moving for you. And soon the same people who questioned your faith will witness your favor. They will see what happens when someone refuses to skip God and stays planted in His promise. Something is shifting, even now, in your finances, in your future, in your heart. Stay with this. Don't let anything pull you away from what God is releasing. Comment 1212 if you feel Him speaking to you right now. Now, listen. Chains don't always make noise when they break. Sometimes it happens quietly in your sleep, in your spirit, in the stillness. But tonight, the chains of lack, fear, and financial confusion are being snapped by the power of God. There is a spiritual transaction happening. Heaven is depositing something into you, not just funds, but freedom. You won't just feel different. You'll walk differently, speak differently, plan differently. Because once you've seen what God can do, you can never go back to begging. This is not just about money. This is about restoration. It's about being able to dream again without fear, to wake up without that heaviness in your chest, to stop counting pennies and start counting blessings. That's what God wants for you. He doesn't want you just surviving paycheck to paycheck, hoping nothing goes wrong. He wants you planted in His peace, flourishing in His favor, trusting His timing, even when things don't make sense. There is a shift in the atmosphere over your life. You've cried in secret, you've praised God with an empty account, you've smiled through pressure, and God saw every bit of it. Not one moment was wasted. He kept record of your faith when no one else saw it. He heard your thank you when you had nothing to show. And now He says, you will not be put to shame. I will reward your quiet trust with loud blessings. Some of you have been carrying guilt because you've struggled to provide. Maybe you lost a job. Maybe you invested in something that failed. Maybe you tried your best and still came up short. God is not mad at you. He's not disappointed in you. He knows you've been doing what you can with what little you had, and He's not finished. His plan was never for you to carry this burden alone. He is stepping in now, not as a judge, but as a father. And when your father steps in, things change. He doesn't need a bank loan to bless you. He doesn't need approval from the world to open doors for you. He doesn't need permission to release favor over your life. He does it because He's good. He does it because He loves you. You are not earning a blessing. You are receiving it. That's grace. That's what makes this moment so powerful. When Jesus fed the multitudes, he didn't ask if they had good credit. He didn't ask if they made every perfect financial decision. He just looked at their hunger. He lifted what little they had, and he multiplied it. That's what he's doing with you. You may only have a little left, a little strength, a little money, a little faith, but little is all he needs. What matters is where you place it. If you give it to God, he will make it more than enough. You are about to see God make something out of nothing. Where there was emptiness, there will be overflow. Where there was silence, there will be singing. Where there was fear, there will be fierce faith. And it won't make sense to those around you. They will ask, "How did you come out of that so blessed?" And you will point to heaven and say, "It wasn't me, it was God." This is not hype, this is holy. And you know it's real because something inside you is responding, your spirit is rising up, your hope is coming back to life. That's not emotion, that's encounter. You are encountering the God who breaks chains, the God who provides in the wilderness, the God who says, "Even now I can do it. Even after everything, I still choose you." Don't let your past define how you receive this word. You may have failed before, but you are not a failure. You may have lost much, but you are not lost. God redeems time. He restores what the enemy stole. He rebuilds what was broken. And sometimes, he replaces it altogether with something better than what you asked for. That's the kind of love he has for you. If you've ever thought, "Maybe I'm just meant to struggle," God is breaking that lie right now. You are not meant to struggle. You are meant to walk in wisdom, in stewardship, and in divine favor. And that favor doesn't skip you. It finds you. Even in the middle of your mess, even when you feel like you don't deserve it. That's what grace does. It meets you where you are and lifts you where you're meant to be. This banned wealth signal was hidden in a government vault for over 70 years until now. It's a simple, 9-word brain trigger used by elites to attract unlimited money while the rest of the world struggles. But the moment too many people see this, it could be deleted. Click the link in the description and comments before it's taken down forever. You are being lifted right now. Not just emotionally, spiritually, financially, even physically. Doors are shifting open, phone calls are being set up, resources are being rerouted, delays are turning into green lights. What you thought was stuck is actually right on schedule. You're not waiting for God to show up, he's already moving. And soon, you'll see it with your own eyes. Comment 777 if you're walking into that season. God is not teasing you with hope, he's training you with trust. Every no you've heard before, this was preparation for the yes that's about to come. And when it comes, it will be undeniable. You'll know it was him, because you didn't manipulate it, you didn't chase it, you stayed faithful. And God honors the faithful. There's power in the waiting season. It crushes pride. It cleanses your motives. It prepares your heart so that when the blessing comes, you won't worship the money, you'll worship the one who sent it. That's the key. Keep your heart right. Stay rooted in prayer. Don't chase the blessing, chase the presence. Because when God's presence is with you, blessings follow like a shadow. You've been faithful with little. Now watch what God does with much. He's sending help from places you didn't expect. He's touching hearts on your behalf. He's opening doors in high places. Not to show off, but to show you how deeply you're loved. You're not forgotten. You're not invisible. You're a child of the Most High God, and the wealth of heaven is at his command. If he decides to pour it out for you, no person, system, or demon in hell can stop it. He's speaking over your finances, over your fears, over everything that has kept you up at night. And he's saying with full authority, I will break the financial chains tonight. If your heart feels that, if something in you knows this is for you, comment 999 to come into agreement. Let this settle deep into your heart. God has seen the pressure you've been under, the quiet breakdowns, the moments where you smiled in public but panicked in private, the times you held it together for your family while you were falling apart on the inside. He saw it all, and he is not ignoring it. His response is not delay, it's deliverance. His response is not silence, it's strategy. You are about to step into something that changes everything. The chains God is breaking are not just about lack, they're about identity. Because financial bondage doesn't just steal your peace, it steals your sense of worth. It makes you feel like less, like you're always behind, like you're cursed. But God says, you are not cursed, you are covered. You are covered by grace, covered by mercy, covered by a promise that cannot be broken. You are not just surviving this season, you are being shaped by it. God is developing in you the strength to carry blessing without being crushed by it. He's preparing your hands to hold more, not just more money, but more responsibility, more vision, more reach, more impact. Because what he's giving you isn't just for you, it's for others too. That's why it's coming in abundance. That's why it's coming in overflow. This season of overflow will make sense of every dry season you've endured. You will look back and say, now I see it. Now I understand why God didn't let me give up. Because the same fire that was meant to destroy you, God used it to refine you. Now you're sharper, stronger, wiser. You don't just want wealth, you're ready to manage it, multiply it, and use it for good. Let this be clear, the wealth that is coming to you is not a reward for perfection. It's a result of your posture. You stayed low, you stayed humble, you stayed faithful when nothing around you made sense. That's what moved the heart of God. He's not looking for perfect people. He's looking for surrendered ones. And you've shown him that you're willing to follow, even without full understanding. That's why he's trusting you with more. You've been sowing in tears. Now get ready to reap in joy. The harvest is coming quicker than you expect. What used to take months will happen in days. The speed of God's blessing will shock you, but don't fear it. Don't resist it. Embrace it. Because you've already done the hard work in secret. You've labored in silence. You've stayed in the fight when you wanted to quit. Now comes the reward. God is putting your name in rooms you've never entered. He's placing your name on the hearts of people who have the power to open doors. He's shifting the economy around you to make room for your miracle. This isn't just a blessing, it's divine positioning. And when God positions you, no one can push you out. The tables are turning, the cycles are breaking, the season is changing. You've spent years watching others walk into their breakthrough while you stood at the edge, wondering when it would be your turn. This is your turn. You are next in line. Not by luck, not by chance, by the hand of God. Comment 1010 if you're receiving this word into your life. But listen carefully. With blessing comes responsibility. Don't forget who brought you out. Don't forget the prayers you prayed when you were desperate. Keep your heart soft. Keep your hands open. What God gives you is not just for accumulation, but for activation. He blesses you so you can be a blessing. He fills your cup so you can pour into others. This is how the kingdom works. It multiplies through generosity. And God is not looking for people who will hoard the blessing. He's looking for people who will steward it, who will feed the hungry, lift the broken, fund the mission, carry the vision. That's why He's choosing you. Because He sees your heart, and He knows that even when you didn't have much, you still gave, you still served, you still believed. Can just saying 9 words daily, actually make money flow into your life? A top neuroscientist says yes, and the FBI accidentally confirmed it. This forgotten prayer is now transforming ordinary people into debt-free and financially free for life. But this secret won't stay online long. Click the link in description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. You're stepping into a season where your giving will be matched by your receiving, where your obedience will be rewarded with opportunity, where your sacrifices will be honored with supernatural supply. The windows of heaven are opening, and they're opening over you. What you're about to receive is not just income, it's influence, it's insight, it's divine instruction. God is not just handing you money, He's handing you strategy, the kind that breaks generational poverty, the kind that builds businesses, the kind that teaches others how to break free too. You will not only be blessed, you will be a blessing school. Others will learn from your life. They'll ask how you came out, how you kept going, how you turned nothing into something. And your answer will always be the same: God did it. I stayed with Him, and He stayed with me. Don't worry about how it's going to happen. That's God's job. Your job is to believe, to stay in position, to keep your heart ready. Because when it comes, it won't give you time to prepare. It will be sudden. It will be swift. And you'll know it's God, because you couldn't have made it happen yourself. So don't let fear make decisions for you. Don't let past pain talk you out of future promises. You are not who you were. You are not where you were. And you're never going back to that place of lack again. The chains are broken. The shift has started. The provision is on the way. And your part is to keep walking with God, step by step, knowing that every step you take in faith is breaking ground for the blessing that's coming. But the Spirit of God is declaring again and again, I will break the financial chains tonight. These are not gentle words. They are the roar of a mighty God who is rising on your behalf. If you're ready to receive it with full trust, comment 1515 and stay with this until the very last word. This is a holy moment. God is drawing a line between your past and your future. Everything that drained you before, everything that made you question your worth, everything that made you believe that you'd never rise, it is being cut off. It's not just about money. It's about breaking the stronghold of fear and lack that tried to take root in your spirit. The spirit of poverty doesn't just sit in your wallet, it sits in your thoughts, your confidence, your ability to dream. But tonight, the fire of God is burning it out. You've been waiting for breakthrough, but God is not just sending breakthrough, He's making you the breakthrough for your family. He's raising you up as the one who shifts the pattern, the one who changes the narrative, the one who refuses to live in lack anymore. This is why the fight has been so long. This is why your financial struggles felt so intense. Because what's on the other side of your obedience is bigger than just you. You are being positioned to carry wealth with a purpose. Not to show off, not to prove anyone wrong, but to advance the kingdom. You've been asking for stability, but God is preparing you for supernatural increase. The kind of provision that doesn't come from your effort alone, it comes from His hand. The kind that flows without fear. The kind that shows up when you need it most, through channels you didn't expect, in ways you can't explain. And still He reminds you, don't skip me. This is not the time to run after money and forget the one who releases it. This is not the time to get distracted by temporary gain and walk away from eternal purpose. God's blessings are never meant to replace Him. They're meant to reveal Him. If you make Him your source, He will supply everything you need. If you chase Him, goodness and mercy will chase you. You've tasted scarcity. Now it's time to taste overflow. You've lived with barely enough. Now it's time to know the God of more than enough, not for greed, but for glory. Not so you can store it up, but so you can pour it out. You are going to fund things that matter. You're going to bless people who once stood where you stand now. You're going to be the answer to someone else's prayer because God is answering yours right now. This is what makes you dangerous to the enemy. Because once you're resourced, you can't be controlled. You won't be manipulated by fear. You won't be swayed by panic. You won't be stuck in survival mode anymore. That's why hell fought your finances. That's why it tried to steal your peace through unpaid bills, overdue notices, and constant stress. Because if you ever got free, others would follow. And here you are, still standing, still trusting, still reading these words because deep down something in your spirit is saying, "This is my moment." Yes, it is. This is the night the chains start falling off. The night the doors swing open. The night the fog lifts. The night you remember who your God is. The one who split seas. The one who rained manna. The one who sent water from rocks. The one who never failed. There is a faith rising in you that you didn't have before. Not the kind that begs, but the kind that walks boldly. The kind that says, "I know my Father, and I know He's for me." That's the kind of faith that unlocks miracles. That's the kind of faith that brings heaven to earth. That's the kind of faith that makes demons tremble and angels move. Don't look back. Don't replay the losses. Don't rehearse the shame. God is not calling you to relive your failures. He's calling you to step into your future. A future that is paid for by His grace, not your performance. A future that is covered in favor. A future that is financially free. You are not bound to the patterns of your past. You are not doomed to repeat what your parents or their parents went through. You are chosen to rise above it. Comment 1717 if you believe your story is changing right now. Why are 55 countries using the same mysterious money script? Because a leaked research file just exposed a 9-word pattern that activates wealth-attracting pathways in the brain. Repeat it daily, and watch money flow like water into your life. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. And let's be honest, this shift may not look how you expected. It may start quietly. A small refund, a cancelled debt, an unexpected deposit, a phone call, a message, a conversation that opens a door. Don't ignore the small beginnings. God often moves in ways that are subtle before they become supernatural. Stay alert, stay grateful, stay expectant. This isn't just about what's coming to you, it's about what's falling off of you. The fear of not enough, the shame of past mistakes, the doubt that crept in when you saw others get blessed while you waited, all of that is being stripped away. Because God needs you to see yourself the way He sees you: worthy, capable, trusted, and loved. He is not just giving you a financial breakthrough. He's giving you identity, confidence, peace, wisdom, strength. Because money without those things can never satisfy. But when you walk in who God made you to be, you don't just make money, you multiply it. You don't just get blessed, you become a blessing. So breathe. Breathe in the truth that you are not alone, that God is right here, closer than ever, that He's moving even when you can't see it, that the miracle is already in motion. You don't have to force it. You don't have to figure it all out. You just have to stay in step with Him. Let Him lead you. Let Him shape your decisions. Let Him guide your giving. Let Him show you which doors to walk through and which ones to ignore. Because when He leads, you'll never be lost. When He provides, you'll never be empty. When He speaks, your spirit will recognize it, because it's the same voice that called you from darkness into light. Because a child of God who still believes is a threat to darkness, you are still holding on, still standing in faith, and that is exactly the position heaven responds to. If this speaks to you, comment Amen as a declaration that you are not backing down. Now hear this clearly. God has not just been watching your pain, He's been preparing your promise. Nothing you've lost is greater than what He is about to release. The years that felt wasted will be redeemed. The closed doors will make sense. The waiting will prove to be worth it. You haven't been delayed, you've been developed. The chains that have gripped your finances, crushed your dreams, and made you feel stuck are being broken. Not by effort, not by strategy, but by the word of the Lord. When God speaks, nothing can resist Him. He spoke light into darkness. He spoke creation into being. And tonight, He is speaking freedom into your finances. The curse of living paycheck to paycheck ends. The pattern of always coming up short ends. The fear of not being able to provide ends. It all ends here. You're not crossing into this new season with old fear. You're stepping in with fresh faith. And that faith isn't coming from what you see, it's coming from who you trust. The same God who provided manna every morning for His people in the wilderness will not leave you hungry. He knows your needs before you even speak them, but more than that, He knows what you're capable of when you're fully free. And that's why this breakthrough matters so much, because free people think bigger. Free people give more. Free people live bolder. You've been playing it small because you've had to. You've had to conserve, stretch, make do with less. But God says, no more. He's releasing you into a season where you don't just survive, you overflow. And it will be so different, so refreshing, so undeniable, that even you will pause and say, only God could have done this. That's the testimony He's building in you. That's the miracle others will see. But stay grounded. Don't let the blessing become your idol. Keep God at the center of everything. When He blesses you, honor Him with it. When He promotes you, stay humble. When He gives you more, use it to lift others. This is how you protect the blessing. This is how you multiply it. Remember, the blessing is not just a destination, it's a responsibility. You were not created to carry the weight of lack. You were not formed to live anxious every time you swipe your card or check your balance. You were created to walk in peace, in confidence, in God's abundance. That doesn't mean life will always be easy, but it does mean you'll never walk through it alone. God's provision is not seasonal. It is eternal, and it never runs dry. There's a reason this word found you today. You've been asking God for confirmation. You've asked Him to speak clearly. You've whispered prayers in your car, cried in the shower, tried to stay strong for everyone around you. And now He responds, with power, with compassion, with a promise that He intends to keep. I will break the financial chains tonight. Let that sink in. This is not just a nice thought. It's not emotional hype. It is heaven's reality touching your life. The kind of moment where years of struggle shift in an instant. The kind of moment that becomes a marker in your story. And your part? Believe. Stand on this word. Align your choices with it. Don't sabotage it with fear. Don't let doubt steal what God is placing in your hands. If you've been in a dry place, this is your rain. If you've been stuck, this is your release. If you've been worried, this is your word. God is turning your not enough into more than enough. He's moving you from waiting to walking, from hoping to holding, from struggle to strategy. And He's doing it because He loves you, not because you earned it, not because you're perfect, but because you're His. Let that love carry you forward. Let it quiet every voice that said you'd never make it. Let it remind you that God's hand is stronger than any storm you've faced, and His hand is on you, right now, right here. What secret did the FBI hide about your brain and money? They discovered a phrase just 9 words long that flips a switch in your mind to attract wealth without effort. It's already changed the lives of thousands of people in just weeks. If you're seeing this, you're lucky. The page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to know this secret before it's deleted forever. You don't need to chase blessings. You just need to stay close to the blesser. He is your source. He is your provider. He is your security. Money will come and go, but God is forever. And when your life is built on Him, nothing can shake it. Not debt, not layoffs, not inflation, not fear. Because your foundation is unshakable, you are coming out of this stronger, wiser, wealthier. Not just in finances, but in faith. You'll carry peace where there used to be panic. You'll speak life where there used to be despair. You'll lift others because you remember what it felt like to be the one praying for just one break, one door, one sign that God was still listening. God is saying, that season is over. The chains that kept you bound to financial fear, to survival mode, to barely enough, He is breaking them completely. You're not going back to that place again. And if you're walking in agreement with this word, comment 222 to seal it in your heart. God has seen how you gave when it hurt, how you tithed with faith when your account was low, how you helped others even when no one helped you. He saw it. He counted every act of faith, every seed, every prayer, every time you resisted the urge to give up, and now He's responding. Not with small drops, but with rivers. Not with barely enough, but with overflow. When God breaks a chain, it doesn't snap part way. It doesn't loosen for a while and return. It breaks completely. That's what He's doing for you now. Breaking the cycle where just when you started to rise, something would go wrong. Breaking the habit of putting everyone else's needs first while you quietly fall apart. Breaking the lie that said you'll never be financially secure, never be out of debt, never be stable. That lie is dead. That voice is silenced, because God's voice is louder and His word is final. This next season will not look like the last. What drained you before will fuel you now. What held you back will push you forward. What tried to bury you will become the very soil that your blessing grows out of. God wastes nothing. Not your pain, not your delay, not even your mistakes. All of it becomes part of the story. He's writing a story where He gets the glory and you get the freedom. You've spent long enough apologizing for where you are. You've explained your struggle more times than you can count. You've made excuses for not having enough. But God is about to shift the conversation. People will stop asking what went wrong and start asking what happened. They'll look at your life and see such dramatic change. They'll know it wasn't something you did on your own. They'll see God in it. They'll see His fingerprints on your promotion, His hand in your restoration, His mercy in your multiplication. This is not the time to shrink. It's the time to stretch. Stretch your faith. Stretch your thinking. Stretch your expectations. Because what God is about to do is bigger than your past, wider than your worry, and deeper than your understanding. You won't be able to explain it, and you won't need to. You'll just live in it. Don't miss the moment. Don't let the enemy trick you into thinking this word is for someone else. It's for you. It's for the one who's been holding on with nothing left but hope. It's for the one who's been loyal in the shadows. It's for the one who's cried silent prayers that no one else heard. God heard them. He bottled every tear. And now He's saying, watch what I do with everything you thought was wasted. The provision coming isn't just money, it's wisdom, clarity, strategy, open doors, divine timing, unexpected favor. You're going to start noticing that what used to be hard is suddenly happening with ease. What once felt impossible now flows naturally. That's not luck. That's grace. That's the shift. That's the evidence that heaven has moved in your direction. And when it happens, don't hide it. Don't downplay it. Don't act like you figured it out. Testify. Tell people what God did. Tell them how He came through. How you had nothing but faith and He turned it into more than enough. Because your story will stir someone else's faith. Your blessing will break someone else's chains. You'll be the proof that God still works miracles, that He still makes a way, that He still provides, still restores, still turns ashes into beauty. You'll be the living, breathing reminder that it's never too late and never too broken for God to fix. But don't lose sight of this. The blessing is connected to your obedience. When God tells you to step out, do it. When He tells you to let go, trust Him. When He tells you to give, give with joy. He's not trying to take from you, He's trying to open your hands for something greater. That's how faith works. It trusts before it sees. It sows before it reaps. You have that kind of faith. That's why you're still here. That's why you didn't quit. That's why the enemy couldn't take you out. Because deep down, even in your darkest night, you believed God would come through. And now He is. Not just to meet your needs, but to exceed them. To remind you that He's a God of abundance, not lack. Comment 3:3:3. To declare your faith in what's unfolding right now. You may not see it yet, but it's already happening. Things are shifting behind the scenes. Angels are moving. Resources are being released. Delays are being reversed. What's been held back is being handed over. What was blocked is opening wide. And it's not because of who you are, it's because of who He is. Faithful, good, generous, all-powerful, and madly in love with you. Yes, you. The one who feels forgotten, the one who feels like they've missed too many chances, the one who wonders if it's too late. It's not too late. In fact, it's right on time. This is your moment. This is your shift. This is your freedom. A neuroscientist says yes. A 9-word script, long buried in government files, can fire up a prehistoric brainwave that pulls money in faster. This breakthrough is already under legal pressure and could disappear any second. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. Walk in it. Don't second-guess it. Don't wait for perfect conditions. Don't wait for someone else to validate what God has already confirmed. Move in faith, plan in faith, give in faith, speak in faith, live in faith. And above all, stay close to God. Stay in His presence. Let Him guide every decision, every step, every dollar. He doesn't just want to bless you, He wants to walk with you, to show you what life looks like without chains, to reveal to you the kind of peace that money can't buy, the kind of joy that lasts, the kind of purpose that fuels every part of your soul. Tonight, He says, I will break the financial chains, and that promise still stands. Not one bit of it has faded. You are still the one He chose. You are still the one He is about to bless. If you know deep down this word is reaching you, comment Amen and stay with it until the end. There is a kind of freedom that money alone cannot bring. It's the freedom to live without fear of lack, the freedom to bless others without calculating the cost, the freedom to rest, to breathe, to create, to lead, without the constant pressure of surviving. That's the kind of freedom God is bringing to you. He is removing the fear attached to your finances, the anxiety that shows up every time a bill comes in, the shame that rises when you feel behind, the silence that surrounds your struggle because you didn't know who to trust with your truth. He knows, He sees, and now He heals. God is not just paying your bills, He's restoring your confidence. He's reviving your hope. He's giving you vision again. You won't be too afraid to look ahead anymore. He is making the way straight and the burden light. There are things you're going to do that you once only dreamed about. Launching that business, paying off that debt, helping your family, building something that lasts. Not because you got lucky, but because you stayed faithful when it was hardest. Don't compare your path to anyone else's. Your story is being written by God's hand. Some rise quickly and fall quietly. But you've been rising slowly, deeply, unshakably. What God builds in silence, He establishes in strength. And your strength didn't come from ease, it came from pressing through. From worshiping when it didn't make sense. From choosing hope when everything felt hopeless. You didn't come this far to give up now. You didn't endure all that pain just to break at the edge of your promise. This is the time to plant your feet, lift your head, and say, I believe God is still working in my life. Say it until every voice of fear goes silent. Say it until your heart starts to believe again. Say it until your environment changes. Because your faith is the key that unlocks what's already been prepared. God is releasing answers before you even ask. He's aligning the right people, timing the right moments, and setting divine appointments that will blow your mind. It's not coincidence. It's not chance. It's God in every detail, down to the moment you're reading this. You are going to experience what it feels like to walk in divine ease. Not because life will be perfect, but because the weight that's been on your shoulders won't be there anymore. The heaviness you've been carrying is being lifted. The stress that's worn you down is being broken. You'll sleep better, think clearer, move freely. Because financial chains don't just hold wallets, they hold minds. And your mind is being set free. Let your heart believe this. God can bless you faster than the enemy tried to break you. He can restore in a moment what took years to lose. And He can do it in a way that silences every critic, every doubter, every voice that said you'd never make it. They're about to watch you rise, not in arrogance, but in grace. And as you rise, stay rooted, stay grateful. The temptation after breakthrough is to forget who brought you through. But you know better. You know this wasn't by your own strength. You know it wasn't your hustle, it was God. Every open door, every cleared debt, every yes, every opportunity, it will be based on obedience, on trust, on the quiet decision to put God first, even when everything around you was falling apart. And now, He's honoring that decision. Comment 11111. If you believe the blessing is already moving toward you. You won't always be in the place you are now. This is temporary. The pain, the pressure, the financial tightness, it's passing. You are not stuck. You are in transition. And what's waiting on the other side is worth every moment you've endured. You are being positioned to manage wealth, not just receive it. To multiply resources, not just use them. To walk in purpose, not just chase payments. There will be a time soon when you don't think twice before giving, when you can write the check, make the move, fund the vision, support the ministry, and do it joyfully, not with fear, but with faith. Because you'll know your source. You'll know it was never the job, the client, the system, it was God all along. And He hasn't changed. He's still good, still kind, still powerful, still providing. And right now, He's breathing life over your finances, over your business, over your career, over every dream you've had to put on hold because money was tight. That's not your story anymore. You're walking into freedom, into stability, into overflow. Could your brain be the reason you're still broke? Scientists just confirmed a 9-word sentence hidden deep in your subconscious may be blocking money from your life. But now, you can reverse it. Say these 9 words, and wealth starts to follow you starting today. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. But even more than that, you're walking into peace. And that peace is going to show in every area of your life. Your decisions will come from clarity, not panic. One designed, your relationships will strengthen because the stress will lift. Your health will improve because your soul will finally be at rest. Because where God is, lack can't stay. Where God reigns, fear has no hold. Where God provides, no enemy can block. You are safe in His hands, you are held, you are covered, and you are about to be more blessed than you've ever been. Let that truth sink into every part of you. Let it guide your steps from this moment forward. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are not cursed. You are chosen, anointed, and deeply loved by a God who never breaks His promise. You're not just entering a better financial season, you're walking into divine stability. For years, your life may have felt like it was hanging by a thread, one emergency away from collapse, one missed paycheck from disaster. You were constantly living on the edge. But that ends now. God is putting a foundation beneath your feet, not made of chance, not made of hustle, but built on His faithfulness. The kind of blessing He's preparing is not random or rushed. It is intentional. It's tailored to your need. It fits your life perfectly. Because He's not just blessing you financially, He's restoring your peace, your rhythm, your confidence. He's breaking the belief that you're too far behind to ever catch up. That lie is being destroyed right now. You are exactly where you need to be for what's coming next. Some people saw your struggle and judged you. They assumed you made poor decisions. They whispered about what you must have done wrong. But they didn't see the battle you were in. They didn't see the spiritual attacks, the weight you carried silently, the nights you gave your last and still prayed for others. But God saw. And now the same God who saw the quiet pain is about to reward you with a loud blessing. You are going to walk into rooms that were once closed to you, not because you pushed your way in, but because favor opened the door. You won't have to explain yourself. You won't have to defend how far you've come. Your fruit will speak for itself. People will see the excellence, the integrity, the peace, and they'll know. This is someone who walks with God. But remember, this God is not breaking financial chains just to make you comfortable. He's doing it so you can be dangerous to the darkness. Because a believer who is free financially is a believer who can build freely, give freely, serve freely. You will become the answer to someone else's prayer. You will lift burdens off of others. You will fund what God puts in your heart, and you'll do it without fear. This is why the enemy fought your money so fiercely. It was never just about your comfort. It was about your calling. Because as long as you were stressed and stuck, you couldn't focus on your assignment. But now that you're rising, now that the chains are being broken, your vision is clearing. Your energy is coming back. You're beginning to see what's possible again, and it's beautiful. Comment 777 if you can feel that shift already happening inside you. And don't worry if it hasn't shown up in your bank account yet. The miracle always begins in the spirit before it manifests in the natural. What's happening inside you is the first proof. That peace you're feeling right now, that's not emotion. That's spiritual confirmation. That's God showing you, I'm here, I've got you, I'm moving. He's moving in ways you didn't expect. Maybe not through the source you thought, maybe not through the people you counted on, but He is never limited. If He could feed Elijah with ravens, if He could bring water from a rock, He can bless you through whatever means He chooses. What matters is that you trust Him, not the method, not the timeline, but Him.